This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I can move now. Di ba na-click to? Ayan.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Mara?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hello?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't
Guys.
find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office,
Where are
but it
you?
didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Ay, ganun ba? Hehe. Liwanag. Check. Work from home lang sila. Guys, why did you leave me? It's lunchtime na. It's lunchtime. Lock. Lock. Lock.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Door on the left. Nope, I'm going right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Huwag natin sundan si narrator. I won't follow you, Mr. Narrator.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Nice room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh. Eh. Okay, I'll trust you, Mr.
And so
Narrator.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Push the button. Push the button. Shift. Help!
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Left. Okay, sir. Left.
Oh, no.
Uy, what the?
No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Sira ulo ka. Ako narrator
No,
to. Uy!
not the
The
right.
F?
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Saan
It's
ba?
clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Ay, nako, narrator to.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely
Uy.
this way.
Is this right, sir? Are you sure, Mr. Narrator? Sure ka ba dito, Mr. Narrator? Oh, it's not gonna fall. Nice. Baba. Op. Oh. The Matrix.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
Saan ako dyan? Uy,
am I
fired.
kidding?
Someone get
It's
fired.
all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, sir. Uy, nag-restart nga.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ano man nagbago? Ano man nagbago eh? Uy. Ayan, ako lang pala. I did that, sorry. La la la, where are my co-workers?
When Stanley...
What the?
Wait, what? No, I
The heck?
restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
Loko
Everything should be...
ka! Dumami
Did
ah.
something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or...
No
Hold
sir,
on.
I didn't
Why am I
move.
asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yep.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Saan
Okay
dito?
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh shit. Kanina left daw eh. Nag-right tayo. Which means it's an adventure, boys. Let's go here. Saan ba kaya maganda? Dito siguro. Everyone knows what you did.
I'll
They're
say it.
just holding
This
back.
is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Oh,
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot.
ba
Why
kasi?
not?
Loko to. Loko narrator to. Okay. Still lunchtime. Gusto ko na malis sa
All of his
office.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Saan ba? Wala naman nagbago. Magre-resign na lang ako dito sa work na to. Oh!
Okay, yep, it's worse.
What
I might be
the-
remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we
There's
just
no
came from.
door.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
No, may bago ba? Dapat ba ito kanina? Not sure. I want to resign. I want to resign. Eh, uy!
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Naging blue.
No,
Wait a
never
minute.
mind. Not the story.
What the...
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh, kung narrator ito kung saan tayo dinadala. Oh shit. Oh shit. In
Now
office
this,
too.
well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yep, that's correct,
Do you
sir.
remember, Stanley?
Yep.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
We did it,
I know you
guys.
put in a lot
Speed
of hard
run.
work, and it really paid off. So,
It's the
good
speed
job.
run.
Oh no, I don't feel right about this at
Sige
all.
na.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people
Ang
win
dami
fair and
dito.
square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time.
What?
I have to restart.
No! Ah, kaya siguro the end is never the end is never the end. Kasi for... What?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay, sir. Sige nga, sundan na nga natin tong lokong narrator na to. Bukas. Sarado to ah. This was close, sir. You narrator.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Pag-iba na yung line.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa.
What?
Hang on.
So
That got a
deep,
bit weird
sir.
back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know
Okay.
what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to
What
lighten the
the-
mood.
Tan, 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 tan. Nice. Got some music, boys. Ano ba ito? Ano itong one? Where should we go? Into legends. Ay nako, ano ba to?
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Fern. Nasaan? Ah, there.
Stanley,
This fern?
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Wala naman nakiklik. Are you sure, Mr. Narrator? Kaya ba? Parang wala naman. Okay. Basta nasa blue room. Nasa blue room siya.
Wait, what?
Oh,
We're back at the office? No.
Dito ako dumaan.
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable,
the
right? The
heck?
story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ito na ako ah. Ay nako. Yellow line. Oh, no. Not again, sir.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we
The
trusted you,
fuck?
after everything we've been through...
Help!
You...
Okay,
I
let's say
can't
now
take this
sa
anymore.
opisina
To
na
hell
to.
with it. Restart.
Shit. Okay.
You know
Oh.
what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Saan? Ooh, new path. Ito ako
Now,
narrator to kung saan
yes,
tayo diyan
this
tayo
is
dinadaan
exciting.
na.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could
Shut
be
up.
anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it
Huh?
might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Walang katapusan. Will this answer?
Oh, no,
Oh.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also
naman.
like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Ay nako, hindi ko nasundan yan. You've done nothing, Mr. Narrator. I won't follow you. Or the line, nor the line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From
Yes.
here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the place where we're trying to go,
Ikot muna
there
habang
must be a reverse
nag-iisip
door
si
that leads
Mr.
here. And that in
Narrator.
turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Bilisan mo, Mr.
And since the answer
Narrator.
is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yes! Sa wakas. Credit. What?
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion
Dito
ending.
credits.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Deviate from maintenance.
And we're supposed to restart the game
Narrator. Ayun, tama.
eight times?
Narrator
That's
restarts
really
the
how
game.
all this
Second
goes?
start.
It's all
Office now dead end. Finally dead end.
determined?
Third
So
start.
now,
fourth
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Saan ako? Ano to?
My mind goes blank
Eh?
simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall.
Find the line again. Begin from
Well,
the find
who
identical
consulted
replica of
me?
the office.
Why don't I get to
Attempt to
decide?
make up a
Why
story.
don't
Narrator
I get a
restarts the
say in all
game.
of this?
Oh.
Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't
Saan ako?
want it to
Nasa
be.
6?
I don't want
Hindi
the
ko
game
na
to keep
nabilang.
restarting. I
Help!
don't want to forget what's
Help!
going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it.
I want to
won't do it.
resign.
I won't do it.
Help!
And the
Oh.
timer stopped.
Oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
Oh, sino?
Will something happen? So, okay.
Who's coming?
I guess now we just wait. You know,
I'm not afraid,
I
sir.
suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
Ayaw ko na sa
Eventually.
opisina.
Well, in the meantime,
Help! Oh. Nangyari. Hello?
all
Hello?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ano na naman nagbago? Wala ka naman. Hello, guys. Can I leave the office? Diba, baliw na ata ako. Help. Help. Ah, ito na.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah, makita na nga, boys. This is it. Kanina dito ako kasi sinamay ko si narrator. Now, we will follow you. Okay. I will follow Mr. Narrator.
Yet there was not
Oh,
a
meeting
single
room.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
Meeting
decided to go
room.
up to his
Don't get
boss's
fired.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Place ball inside you. Up. Take it out passive aggressive on other coworkers. and co-workers. Nice meeting room. What is hot? Things, money. Wait. Wala na mata dito. Broom closet. Oh, bumukas. First open door. Wow.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Baka mayroon daming item eh. Oh, the broom. Sa ilalim.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No, Mr. Narrator. Baka nilalako mo na naman namin eh. We're not gonna get fall for that.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Alam mo talaga? Okay, fine, Mr. Narrator. I'm out.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Boss's office. Here tayo. Okay, let's follow him. Up. Oh, it's red.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
2845.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Sir, I will pass my resignation. Iwan ko na lang po dito sa mesa niyo, boss, ha? Kaya na bahala. Nakakaligaw tong office niyo eh. Saan yung keypad? Ayun.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What's this? A new way. Oh, no. What's this? Help! Help! Ano akong narito ito? Saan tayo dinadala?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
We're
It
going
was a stirring of emotion
down
in
to
his
the
chest, as though he
office.
felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ay, ako na dito sa office. I will pass my resignation.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What's this? Wait. Escape. Run! Ayoko na dito.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent
What
death.
the fuck? Hindi nga. Are you sure, Mr. Narrator? Sige na. Man. I don't want to die. I just want to live, sir.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yep. I just want to go home.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
naman.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ay, hindi na siya bumukas. Kanina tayo bumukas. There's none.
Now
Yan.
the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
Saan yung,
revealed.
where's our office?
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Nasaan?
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
Where's
freedom
our
meant
office?
nothing.
Saan yung office ko? Ano to? Oop. 427. Ay, ito. 427, boys. That's our number. Whoop. That's our office, boys. That's mine.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Ayoko na po
Had
dito.
Stanley really been
Ay,
under
no.
someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Get me
No.
out of here.
He refused to believe
No.
it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Yung
Was it even
kinakontrol lang
possible?
kami.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly
Where
blind
are
to
we
the
going?
world?
Ay, nag-stop na.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
Happy or
labeled
sad
with
or
emotions.
content.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never
Bakit
again
pang pa-
exert its
go
terrible
home?
power over
Want to
another
go home, sir?
human life.
Pressing the
For
button.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ano gagawin ko dito? Tisan? Hindi naman napipindot eh. Power facility. How about you? Uy. Wala naman ah. I am Professor X.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
At dahil ayoko na sa office na to, ako'y magre-resign na. Hindi na ako babalik dito. Dahil pinaikot-ikot yun lang ako. I'm done in this system, power up. Oh. What the? Hello?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
I'm blind.
over?
I'm blind.
Yes, he had won. He
Yes.
had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Saan ba sila
How had
napunta?
he been freed from
Kaya
the
naman nila
machine's
kumain.
grasp? What other mysteries did this
Paikot-ikot
strange
na sa
building
office, di pa rin
hold?
sila bumabalik
But
ah.
as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized
I'll
none of
report
this
them to
mattered to him,
HR.
for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his
Oh,
goal had not been to
The outside,
understand,
outside
but to
world.
let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or
I
how
can
to
see the
think.
birds.
Whatever
the
life he
trees,
lives, it
the
will
sky.
be his.
The
That
houses,
was all he needed
the
to know.
lampposts,
It was
the
perhaps
rocks,
the only
the
thing
road,
worth knowing.
the mountain.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
This is it, boys. We're free. Nakakauwi na ako. Saan ba yung MRT dito? Anong stasyon na ba to? Guada? Guada ba to?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the
Ah,
feeling of liberation,
fresh
the immense
air.
possibility of the new path before him.
That's the
This
fresh
was
air,
exactly
boys.
the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
We're free.
And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy. Di pa rin. Never then, this never then pa rin. Hindi akong narito to. Whoa. Wait. Hindi na to yung office. Wait a minute, sir. Is this right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Ano wala na yung mga computer? Wala pa naman
Yet there
bago.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Hello?
wave of disbelief,
Hello, natakas
Stanley
na ako.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ano naman yung
Coming
boss
to
eh?
a staircase,
Bahala ka dyan.
Stanley walked
I won't follow
upstairs
you,
to his boss's
generator.
office.
Nope. I won't be going to my boss's office
But
because my
Stanley
boss
just
is not
couldn't do it.
there.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
Wait lang.
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred
Pero
to
yun na.
Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Whoa.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Slooping,
For
sir.
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he
O
went?
ano?
And for that
Wala.
matter, these
That's my
rooms were
feet,
starting
sir.
to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yes,
No,
sir.
Stanley
It's
said to
repeating,
himself,
sir.
This is all too strange. This can't be real.
It's
And
happening.
at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a
Oh, this
dream.
was just a dream.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
Sana ba?
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my
Where am
boring
I?
real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still
Ako naman
lucid.
bumalik.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
Oh,
the ground.
oh, what the fuck?
Then he
Flying.
imagined himself soaring through
Ooh.
space on a magical star field.
Whee!
And
Wait.
it too appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken
Ah.
up. How was he
Ganda
remaining
ng
so
office namin.
lucid?
Ay,
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
that's
Now
right.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me,
Shut up,
thinking about how it's
narrator.
describing my
Palisin mo na
thoughts,
lang ako,
he thought.
please.
And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this
Gusto ko na
voice
pong
spoke to
umuwi.
all people in their
Kala ko
dreams,
nasa MRT na
the
ako
truth
kanina.
was that, of course,
So, yan.
this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's
Sana
ever
ba?
been in his life.
My
Now,
God.
hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
So long.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him
Enter.
float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself
Stop
too.
talking, sir.
Surely, if he could just...
Stop!
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Saan na
So
mapapunta?
he
Baka may
closed his
ibang
eyes
daan.
gently, and he invited himself
Oh,
to wake up. He felt the cool weight
yes,
of the
sa
blanket on his
wakas.
skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the
Ah,
fresh
sarap
air of the
matulog.
world outside this
Ah,
one.
the fresh air.
Let me wake up,
Let me
he
wake
thought to
up,
himself.
sir.
I'm
Just
through
wake
with
me
this
up,
dream. I wish it to be
and I'll
over.
be gone.
Let me go back to my job.
Yep,
Let me
let me go
continue
back.
pushing the buttons.
Ayoko na
Please.
pong
It's all I
paikot-ikot,
want.
sir.
I
That's
want
all
my
I want,
apartment
sir.
and my wife
I
and
have
my
a wife.
job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yes, everything will be
I
fine.
am okay.
I'm waking up. Wakey, wait. What
Stanley
the
began
fuck?
screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name
Help!
is Stanley. I
Help!
have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Nababaliw na
Please,
ako.
just someone tell me I am
It's
real.
turning
I
red.
must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I?
Help!
Who am I? And everything went black.
What happened?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hmm.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and
Mariella.
walked to her place of work. But on this particular
Oh,
day,
that's
her
me.
walk was interrupted
I'm
by the
dead.
body of a man who had stumbled
I
through town
died.
talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Whoa,
The
whoa,
very
whoa,
important
Mariella.
people whose
Help
impressions
me.
of her
Help me
would
before
affect
going
her
to your meeting,
career,
sir.
and by
Ma'am.
extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a
Wait,
moment
wait.
that she stood
Mariella,
there,
huwag ka naman
staring
ganyan, oh.
down at the body.
Mga
And
bata
then
pa
she
lang tayo,
turned and
iniiwan mo
ran.
na ako agad, oh. Grabe kang Mariela ka. Ganyan ka lagi. Simula bata, ganyan ka na eh. What's this?
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something
nagana.
crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Okay. Ano na natin to? Let's follow the correct path. Whatever you say, Mr. Narrator.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Okay, I
doors,
entered the left.
he entered the door on his
Yep,
left.
I'll enter the left. Meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Go,
Feeling
go,
a wave
go,
of
go,
disbelief,
go,
Stanley
room.
decided to go up to his boss's
Up,
office.
up, up,
Coming
up,
to a
up,
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
Go,
to
go,
his
go,
boss's
go,
office.
go. Mr. Boss! Still not here, sir. Go, go, go.
Stepping into his manager's
Wag na
office,
yan.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover
2845,
not an indication of any human
5.
life. What could it mean?
5.
Stanley wondered. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator
Sorry,
talk.
Mr. Narrator.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Kasi
So
naman
he
eh.
relaxed for a
Saan-saan
few
mo ako
moments
dinadala
with
eh.
some calming new age music.
Wow. Relaxing music. Dun, 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 dun.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened
Okay,
passageway.
okay, let's go. Push the button, let's go, boys. Dito. Okay. Go, 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 go. Bilis, 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 bilis.
Stanley
Mind-
walked
ay,
straight
mind
ahead
control
through the
ulit.
large door that read Mind Control
No, ayoko na
Facility.
dyan. I will escape.
Although this
Ayoko na
passageway
sa
had
word
the
na to.
word escape written on it,
Ulit-ulit pa
the
yung
truth was
mapa.
that at the end of this hall,
Wala naman ang
Stanley
mga
would meet his
co-workers.
violent death.
I don't care if I die, sir.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No. I'd rather die, sir.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Go! To freedom! Freedom and escape! Whoa, whoa! Ah! What? I fell. Nalaglag pa rin ako. Aray! Sakit ah. Naman na taga-salong.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Wait a
he
minute.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh,
Stanley
no,
couldn't
no,
see
no,
the bigger
no, no.
picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in his narrow vision of
Napipisa
what
ako.
this is.
Paalam.
Perhaps his death was of no
Paalam
great
mga
loss,
viewers.
like plucking the
Mga
eyeballs from a
subscribers.
blind man.
I hope you enjoy
So he resigned,
this video.
willingly accepted this
I will
violent
die.
end to his brief and shallow life.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah,
Farewell, Stanley.
shit! Paalam. Sayonara!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator,
What?
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
No, please. Wag po. Woo! I'm alive. I'm alive.
And yet it would be just a few minutes
Ito
before
na.
Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
I did it, boys.
What
Mga ito na
exactly
yan.
did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Oh, ibang mapa na.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Hop. Dito sa my computer. Ito yung mga paintings. Ito yung layout ah. Office layout. Blueprint shows the office from the beginning. Yada yada yada. Ito nga. Tapos, ito yung corridor and then yung 2-door. Tama no? The 2 doors. Yeah. Ano to? The office. Uy! The office. Buttons. Button sounds. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Ano ba nangyayari pag pinapatay? Wala naman eh. Credits! We did it! This is it. Natapos natin ang game, boys. Actually, parang ang dami niyang katapusan. Baka isa lang to sa endings. But, I guess that's good, boys. Mukhang sana na-enjoy niyo yung video. And yun lang. Bye-bye! Thank you for watching.